It's Cubs win. What up, Katie? Good evening, or good morning, I should say. Sorry, I know I was playing at 12, but got caught up in the game, and then some other stuff that can come up in the middle of the night comes up. I don't know how that happens, but let me get this out of the way. Excuse me. Yo. Hey, Nancy. Salinas Gomez. Tammy. I don't know, this may not be a super long night. I just wanted to chit chat late about whatever. I'm thinking about a few topics, but I don't know, some of them are, these topics are old and tired. Talking about, it's been a long time talking about the dating scene. Oops, let me fix this real quick. I don't know if I like this versus landscape mode. I have it right now. Just trying it out. I don't know. I think my face is way too close, and I can't put the computer far back now, can I? Maybe I can. Without it falling off the edge. I don't know. I gotta get used to it. I can't move around so much because if I do this and then I'm off the camera, if I, do this, then I think I like it the other way. Yeah, that sound is not good. That's part of that song, believe it or not. That's part of that music. I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's change to this. There it goes. So, I think one thing I wanted to ask is there anybody, or let's see, how should I ask this? What is the dating scene nowadays? How does that look? What does that look like? And, is what I would call a traditional date, does that still exist? Like what's expected? Like what's expected on both sides? Any young people, or I guess you don't have to be young today. Is there anybody on that scene right now? If you are, or if you know people, I guess, are they using dating sites and that kind of thing? And if so, which ones? I've heard of those popular ones. Plenty of Fish, and then there's a bunch of little. Well, I don't know if they're little, but there's a bunch of real cheesy ones that are real shady, but people do use them. And I don't know, how do people meet nowadays? Is it, you know, and I ask because I notice, I do watch a lot of political things, right? And the way people communicate with each other, and the way that some of these, like these man on the street interviews or podcasters trying to talk to people on the street, a lot of young people. And I see that young people don't really, they're not good communicators. And I'm thinking, how do they get through life? I mean, I think, what's going on? I have no idea. Hinge? What is Hinge? Is that a technique or something, or is that a dating site? I don't know. Cali babes, that's freaking scary. Yeah, I don't know. And I've seen a few videos or reels or whatever you want to call them, where I don't know, and for some reason the thought of two strangers, maybe they've messaged or texted a little bit, but then it comes time to meet, and the thought of two strangers meeting, now I'm thinking, well, that could be freaking scary. I mean, do people hook up like on the same day, on the same, evening or whatever? Or is there even is dating still a thing or not? I mean, do people just chat, get comfortable, and go hook up? And is that what it's going to? Is that where things are right now? I don't know. Oh, it's a dating app. Okay. Cali babe, lots of younger generation are not up on politics. Not just politics, but there's a podcast. It's on Sunday night. I watch it a lot. It's called the Whatever podcast. It's on YouTube, and you might have seen a lot of clips. People clip that show like crazy. And he'll have a lot of it's always women. It's always females, young girls, the college and older. And sometimes he'll just ask. He's trying to get a gauge for their education level, even though they're in college. Name 3 countries. And they can't. What countries border the United States? And they can't answer that. Like name the continents. Most of them can't even answer that. Name a country in Europe, and it's like, what was the capital of the United States? And she goes, wait, what? The United States has a capital? And I'm like, see, that stuff is scary right there. Besides saying a lot about not just our education system, but it says a lot about where our country's at with young people. And I think that's why a lot of younger people are easily impressionable by all this crap that I'm going to call it one side kind of indoctrinates or tells them, you know, what democracy is supposed to be like, or what our nation is supposed to be like. And trans, I mean, I'm sorry, but trans, and I think that's where the Democratic Party got it wrong by making that like their most important issue. We're talking about something that affects less than 1% of our country. How does that get to be the most important issue in this country? So anyway, I'm watching all these people, all these young people. I don't know how they make it through the day. I don't know how they make it through a week. I don't know how they make it through a month. I mean, I'm glad I'm not, that age, and I don't have to, not on the hunt, because I don't like stupid people. I'll just say it. If I can't have a conversation with you, or we're not on somewhat of a similar level. And you don't have to be a genius, but know about current events, know about the world and what's going on and stuff. It's like, if you can't be there, then I'm totally not interested. Obviously, and there's a lot of times you see the physical attraction. You see what you see. Ooh, yeah. Hey, all right. She ain't a bad looking nug. But then you start talking, you get into a conversation, and they have no clue. Like, I'm walking away. It's just not for me. I think being able to hold a conversation and being able to, it doesn't mean you have to agree on everything. But that's the next part of it. If you can have a conversation, and if you do disagree, are you, adult enough and mature enough to, we disagree on stuff, but I don't care, like we can keep talking and just keep going. Back when Barack Obama was running for president, and a photo came out. It was a meme. Somebody makes photos. He was kissing. It was a meme photo of Barack Obama kissing another man. They're both in suits. It was political, obviously. I mean, it was a stupid, funny thing. I mean, I don't know what his preference is now. Honestly, I don't know. Don't care. And even back then, I don't think people knew. They just, memes come out. Anyway. So I posted it and I laughed. And then a childhood friend who is LGBTQ, and, she's married, happily married, a female, after being married to a man, and she's got kids. But I've known her since, 4th or 5th grade, maybe. She sent me a message that said, "I don't appreciate that. I don't think that's funny." This is in I don't know, 2012, 13 maybe? I can't remember. And that was the last I heard from her. She cut me off. And even though I wrote back and I paused, "Hey, sorry, I just found it, just a thing. It's a joke. I just found it funny." Wanted no part of it. Never heard back from her, and I haven't heard back from her still. And I'm not going to go beg and, plead for her friendship. But this is someone that, when I was working with the airline, and she was trying to take the whole family to the East Coast. I can't remember where, to be honest now. It was a long time ago. She was looking for like a deal. We cannot get discounts, but with some certain airlines, they do give us like a family passes or buddy passes are deeply discounted. And depending on the airline, sometimes it's actually free. But we're only supposed to give them to people that you know, not to strangers. Anyway, she's my friend, and I loved her and her wife, and I didn't know her young kids, but there was like a Brady Bunch situation, and I gave her buddy passes, and they all went to the East Coast and back, and I mean, I didn't have people to give them to in my direct family, so I was like, yeah, before they go to waste, let me just, and I saved them, I don't know, a couple thousand, and I and then all this happened, and I was like, really, you're gonna cut me off for that? Because I laughed at that, and I posted it and I laughed at it, but she didn't even want to have a discussion. So for me, it was just like, how dare you? I keep hearing Greta, how dare you? And
How dare you?
yeah, thank you. And that's when I realized, wow, just because of this, really? Because of the politics? And then it wasn't even about politics. Because back then, I actually drank the Barack Obama Kool-Aid, and I was with it, and I was all right. I was not strong on one side, not strong on the other, but both sides have equally stupid people, and both sides have smart people and common sense people. So, like a lot of people that got fooled, he sounded intelligent, very articulate. So it wasn't about that. I didn't hate the guy or anything, but that's what happened. And it's like, and now you see that everywhere where you can't. And I'll say it's usually people, it's the left or the liberals. If you disagree with them, they don't even want to talk. And they just want nothing to do with you. Whereas on the other side, definitely, I mean, I'll challenge you on this all day long. More acceptance and willing to talk and listen, and you can talk and you can be friends. Yeah, there's hardcore people on both sides, but if you can have a discussion where you disagree on stuff, and for that, somebody's going to say, what? You lean to the right? Yeah, don't call me anymore. I'd be like, okay, not a problem. It's got to be difficult. Like for somebody who's like seriously wants a relationship or something, or looking, or not, even if they're not looking, but if they're like their radar is up to maybe if they find somebody, it's got to be freaking hard with the way attitudes are right now. Yeah, very true. Expectations are different when you have different generations. Makes me want to go to a university campus and ask, what do you? I know a lot, and a lot of the girls that have been asked, you got a boyfriend? You got a boyfriend? What's your situation? They're like, no, I'm just studying. I'm studying, and that's cool. I remember telling my kid once that she was telling me, this was in college. I need a boyfriend. I need a boyfriend. I said, you know what? Don't look. Don't need. when it's supposed to happen, you'll know. And you'll know because it'll feel right. But don't go looking for it. That's what I told her. And sure enough, the right thing happened and the right person came along, and now there's almost a 2-year-old child, and they're happily married and doing very well. So I'm glad about that. Anyway, I'm good. I took a little nap earlier, so I'm not. And then the Cubs won. Cubs won tonight, so I'm cloud nine. I'm getting hungry, so I'm drinking water. Because 1 o'clock in the morning is no time to be eating. It's not. Really isn't. But in case you didn't know, yes, for those who don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know this. Huge Cub fan. Born and raised Chicago, so it's in my DNA. I lived just a few blocks from Wrigley. And I would walk to school every day, to and from, walking right in front of Wrigley, Clark Street. So that is, I guess you could say it's a passion. I look forward to baseball season every time it's winter time. Football season happens, I like football and the Bears. Then football season ends, and there's basketball season in the middle of basketball season. And then right as basketball season is in full swing, here comes spring training, and just, I don't know, I'm a romantic that way, I guess you can say. Baseball's fun. So I'm listening to this whatever podcast and week after week after week, and all the clips you see every day. And a lot of the hookups that happen, like, they will just meet on a phone or in a text or a dating site, and then it's boom, right to the bed. Like, wow. Is that easy now, huh? Because I'm wrong, but that's what it sounds like. It's easy. If you get a chance, listen to that whatever. It's called Whatever podcast. And usually he's got a lot of young women. They're all, not all, but a lot of them do OnlyFans. And he's trying to figure out why, or if they had a chance not to do it, would they quit OnlyFans? And he tries to get a body count. And the body count of some of these young women, it's like incredible. And by young, I mean mid-20s, mid-20s, in their 20s. And their body count's like, 20, 30, 40, like, damn. That's not a good number. Those are not good numbers. I've been to Bulls-Lakers in Chicago, Bulls-Lakers game. Nancy, yeah, let's throw something out there and I'll definitely talk about it. Nancy Guthrie. It's either a definite hoax. By the way, this was asked by Pepe's girl. the Nancy Guthrie thing is either a hoax, but I don't think so because it's been way too long. Like a hoax shouldn't last this long. Or it's a kidnapping for ransom that went bad. Like maybe they didn't know she needed meds or something. And it turned into a situation like the movie Fargo, where the guy wants his wife kidnapped so that he can get ransom money from her father, his father-in-law. But it all goes sideways and it just goes really bad. But I guess it bothers me that the daughter, Savannah Guthrie, went back to work. And I, you know, this is just me talking here, but my mom's missing. And it's been on the national news, if not the world news, for a few months already. I don't know that I'd be able to go back to work. And then, you know, almost go back to work, and almost seems like nothing happened. It's just weird. It's something is not right. Something is not right. And then you've got people that are contacting TMZ with ransom demands. Like, and I know TMZ's got a huge following or whatever, but why aren't they contacting Nancy, Samantha Guthrie, or the attorney or the lawyer, whatever? Why go through TMZ? And that's also raises more red flags. That's this whole thing. And I don't, TMZ, of course, they are, attention whores. So they're not going to say, hey, don't call us. Don't send us mail. Don't contact us. Contact, the family directly. Because why should they? Hey, Alan, I'm glad you can make it. Just shooting the breeze, a little this, little that. Yeah, but I don't know. The Nancy Guthrie thing is either hoax that's out of control, or if that didn't happen, it's a kidnapping for ransom that went bad. And at this point, I don't, and then the sheriff was an idiot. I remember hearing, this was almost a month in, and there were reporters talking to neighbors on her street. This is a month later, and I remember them saying, "Oh, we haven't spoke to the police or an investigator or anything. Nobody came over here." Okay, that's not good. That's messed up. I mean, that's really messed up. That says a lot. So that sheriff is, I don't know, epic fail. I think the police, I think it was an epic fail situation all the way around. I don't know. I got a bad feeling for her. If this is a legit, kidnapping that went bad, she's probably dead, and they'll find her bones somewhere. If they're even still looking, because I don't even know that they are. So I remember hearing about this and remembering when it happened, when they found the body. What's the guy's name? David? He spells it like that, D4VID. And they found, as soon as they found the body and they said it was his car, I knew he did it. It was so freaking obvious. Why did it take so many months to actually charge him? I don't know. But it's been months and months. And Yeah, he's guilty. He's not getting out of that one. I'll be honest, I don't know who he is. Never heard of his stuff. Never seen him perform. Don't know what songs he's popular for. I don't know any of that, and that's okay. Uh, but come on, you got a chick's young girl's dead body in the trunk of your car, and you don't know anything about it. Yeah, right. So, um, you'll never see him again. Yeah, that's complete incompetent. That guy. I think he had some of the what I call the Hollywood syndrome, where he started getting attention, so now he's trying to position himself in a certain light. Just a failure. Let's see. Back to David. The Celeste Rivas autopsy report was released. Her body was stabbed 2 times, liquefied, and dismembered. See, I didn't hear that part. Yeah, obviously someone's trying to hide the evidence. That's for sure. Yeah. I used to be friends with I have, Facebook friends, acquaintances, whatever you want to call it, with the people that are anti-capital punishment, and they were advocates for Melissa Lucio, and they were down here a lot advocating for her and putting a lot of events together, and they were trying to get everybody to be anti-death penalty. And I'm like, no. I think if somebody commits a heinous crime and there's absolutely no doubt that it was this person, or they confess to it and all the evidence agrees with it, I think it should be a death penalty case. Give the guy 30 days and carry out the sentence. I think having 20 or 30 years of appeals is ridiculous. It costs taxpayers money in the courts, not necessarily in prison, but in the courts. Complete waste of time. You got like child molesters and things like that. The FedEx guy, the FedEx driver who killed that little girl. He didn't run her over. He kind of bumped her. Maybe when he was turning, he bumped her a little bit so she wasn't hurt. But then he kidnaps her, and then he strangles her right there in the car, in the truck. Yeah, and apparently you could hear everything in the camera, the camera that's inside the cab of the truck. That's, for me, capital punishment, death penalty. Give him 30 days and then do what we got to do, period. And then throw his body in the wood chipper. But these, anti-death penalty, everybody's like, oh, no, because he could be innocent. He could be, it's like, okay, for those that are innocent, make sure, it's a airtight case. I get that, and I'm okay with it. But when it's an obvious airtight case, just get the thing done. There's a case here in Brownsville, and I'm going to talk about it in the next couple of weeks, because the guy was his name is John Lee Rubio. He was trying to get a new case, a new trial, and he was denied. He's on death row. He said he was possessed. I think, if I hear it properly, he was hearing his grandmother her voice, and he was, or the devil or something was telling him to kills the children, and he killed children, his and his wife's, and decapitated these kids and cut up some of their body parts. And I have a friend on Facebook, her husband was the first officer to arrive at that scene. And he saw this. And he didn't know. No, I'm not going to say he didn't know. I think he was told that the bodies were in these plastic bags. And when he opened the bags, there he saw a head of a child. And there was blood everywhere. And he said he did it. He admitted he did it. I can't even imagine it coming up on a scene like that. But the officer has got PTSD because of that. And he's been going through counseling. This happened, over 10 years ago. And he still going through counseling. He still has moments. And you know what? He's smart enough to know he wants a new trial. He knows what's going on. I don't think there's no mental, insanity. I think society would be better off without him here, and just take him out back and just remove him from this planet. Throw him in a wood chipper also. And that's it. So now, after all this time, now they're going to give him, he's going to keep appealing. I know it. But they're going to issue a execution date. Let's see, what's the latest on his thing? Yeah, I'm sorry. John Allen Rubio, not Lee. John Allen Rubio. Fatally stabbed and beheaded his 2-month-old daughter and his own 2-month-old daughter, his 1-year-old son, and his girlfriend's 3-year-old daughter. He was 23 when this happened. This happened in 2003. See, and there you go. Now we're talking 23 years of appeals and everything. He's been given a chance to live another 23 years. And in my opinion, this is what the death penalty, this is who the death penalty was made for. Hey, Oriana. Pepper's Girl says it's hard to comprehend when you have a 15-year-old at home, but where the F was her mother? I would never, ever let my 13-year-old on some random date. Yeah. That's the situation. You don't know. Were things okay at home? What was her family situation like? Did she run away? Did she go to a concert and meet up with him or whatever? Who knows? That's what I don't know. And then regarding Melissa Lucio, it's already been a few years since a higher court sent this back to Cameron County and said, we recommend she be released. But the district attorney over here in Cameron County, Louis Science, he was ready to push the button and have her taken out and be done. This was a lot of this to get her in that position. This is all political. A lot of people involved. And he was trying for that execution date to come and go and get her over with and take her out. So the thought of him having to undo that and possibly say, well, maybe we got it wrong. He don't want that. He does not want that. So she still sits on death row, but this time there is no date. And she was recommended for release. But since he doesn't like her in the first place, he's in no rush to say, oh yeah, let's just release her. She could sit there for another 10 or 15 years. And I think that can happen. I don't think there's enough people making enough noise on her behalf, because she didn't kill the daughter. And if you saw the interview I did with Lynn Marie Garcia, she was one of the investigators of that case. She says who she believed did kill the baby or was negligent enough to kill the baby. And after watching the documentary, you can see the documentary. I think it's on YouTube right now. It's called The State of Texas versus Melissa. And I don't think she doesn't deserve death penalty, but she was a effed up mom. I know. Oh yeah, she was. Yeah, a lot of kids. 12 or 13. A lot of kids. And a lot of that family is not they aren't, a lot of the family is not well off in life, mostly meaning the younger people. They're not in ideal situations. One of the daughters used to go on TikTok a lot and complain, and she would fight with people, and she don't care. She says her mom did it. She want nothing to do with her mom. Her mom did it. She wouldn't be sad if she's gone and all this. And I think everybody was covering for the one daughter that did do something. And so since there is no statute of limitations on murder, if Melissa finally gets released and now they need to find somebody to accuse because they want to, they can. Even though this girl was a minor at the time, but they can charge her with murder. Any way you want to call it, the murder, negligent homicide. If you haven't seen the documentary, you should watch it. The State of Texas. You can do Texas versus Melissa. I had the filmmaker. Her name was Sabrina. I had her on. I interviewed her when this movie was still just barely came out, and we talked about the case. And she interviewed Melissa. She interviewed Lynn Marie Garcia and all the daughters. And it's a sad documentary. It really is. But Melissa Lucio did not kill the baby, Mariah. She did not kill Mariah. And I think Louis Science knows that. He just doesn't want to have egg on his face. And I think he needs to get over it and just do what's right. Or they're estranged. Who's estranged? I already forgot who we're talking about. Um, who's estranged, Oriana? So, but anyway, that's the police officer who was the first on the scene to arrive at that John Allen Rubio when he killed his kids here in Brownsville. This is downtown apartment. I don't know. He's been ready to come and talk, and so I can ask him a bunch of questions. But maybe I'm not ready. Knowing what had to be asked and knowing what he came up on the scene. That's going to be I think it does need to be heard, but it's not going to be a pleasant thing to hear. Oh, Melissa Lucio's kid. Oh yeah, they are a mess. I don't know. It's been so many years. I haven't heard from any of them, so I don't know what their feelings are now. But a lot of her older kids back then, they were like, I don't care what happens to her. I don't want nothing to do with her. She did it. And, and that's how it was. And yes, that part I know. A lot of them don't talk to each other even within themselves. They're at odds. It's a very dysfunctional situation, to say the least, which is sad. It's sad because she needs all the support she can get, and if you can't get the support from your own family and your own sons and daughters, then you have to kind of rely on the legal system or any people that create support that's not your family. So I'm sure that's got to be demoralizing too. So there was a video I wanted to show it, but I didn't, and I haven't, and I'm not going to, because last time I played a video like that, showing violence against a minor, I got hit with Facebook's inappropriate content. And I think they suspended me for like 30 days or something. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to glorify child abuse, but people need to know what can happen on a school bus. It was a case where a school bus aide was riding with special needs children, and she had a special needs boy next to her. She started beating the crap out of him. Started slapping him and then started beating the crap out of him. Oh man, I was so pissed off about that. But they said they removed the video. They gave me a whole 30-day suspension or whatever it was. And so because of that, I don't want to play the video. And it's a 14-year-old kid, which looks like a man. And the storyline is he was trying to talk to this girl, much younger girl. Well, I guess she could be around 14, but he looks like a man. He's tall, way taller than her. I'm thinking, how is that guy 14? He looks like a grown man. Anyway, the word is that he was trying to talk to her and get her phone number, and she was totally not interested. He's black, she's white, and they're on the street, and he wouldn't let her cross the street. So she comes back to the sidewalk, goes around the car, He follows behind her, picks her up, body slams her on the concrete. And while she's down, she's dazed, her head hitting the concrete and her chest hitting the concrete. And then he stands over her and he stomps on her head. He takes his leg, puts it up, and just stomps on it. Hey, Denise. Long time. Glad you can make it. So he stomps on her head, and then he goes marching off. So all of a sudden today, the 14-year-old's mother pops up on the internet, and she was in court. And she's saying that her son was a victim of her, that he was being bullied by her. Her son is this tall. And I'm not mean to me, I'm just saying, just an example. Her son is this tall. That girl that he body slammed is almost half his height. And a little skinny, thin, little 14-year-old. And she's claiming he was the one that's been bullied. And she has it on video. Of course, nobody believes her. But she's defending her son, and the guy was talking to her was like, "Oh, so so she was bullying him?" She goes, "Yeah, she pushed him. He fell. He had to go to the hospital. His leg was hurt." Like, his leg was hurt? Was it the same leg that he stomped on her head with? Actually, let me see if I have that. Moment here. Gotta log into X, gotta put in the verification code. That's a whole ordeal. All right, there's the video. I don't want to show it. Okay, but here's the mother. I am going to show that video. Now I want to see how it works with this format here. Hope I can do it. Okay. Okay, there it goes now.
My daughter, AR, she was physically assaulted in that school, and the principal don't do nothing about it. Nothing. I have 29 police reports calling on the DOE to help me with the children. They never did nothing.
And what did the judge say today?
The judge said because of I've been getting death threats of this situation. Everybody targeting me. Even my neighbor wants to hit my 14-year-old, think he's a man. You understand? And the judge said they have to keep him for safety.
But why did he stomp on her head?
She said something to him. You know what she did first? She pushed him. And he has flat foot and foot go like that because I took him to the hospital Monday too. Yes.
Well, you don't see that on the video.
I have that video. I have that piece of
But her
No, the same one.
But her shoving him, how does that equal him picking her up, dropping her on her neck, and then stomping on her head?
Let me be
it
clear.
seems like you're justifying it.
No. They were coming from school together.
Okay.
But they're friends. Going to the park. That's what they did every day.
And then she's bullying him.
She's bullying that year from in the school.
And what is she saying to him to bully him?
She said, dirty nigga. She's a racist. She's calling dirty nigga and dirty slurs. That's from my understanding because it's been emailed me from the school. You understand? Because my kids, if they take phone, they email the parents.
Right.
Yes, because that's how smart they are.
Do you have the video where you say she's harassing him? Do you have that video?
From in the school. Yes, I have everything.
Can you give it to us?
No.
Do you have
That will be in his defense if you give it to us.
I have many defense of
The
him.
only video we have now, it's him slamming her
There are many-
into the sidewalk.
The attorney of the attorney. But he's a minor. You understand? He's a minor. This is crazy. You see, police don't do nothing. The DOE don't do nothing. Civilian no need to get involved because East Harlem School is a violent school. How can you even have a 11-year-old beaten down in front of 4 teachers?
Do you have any sympathy for her?
My condolence to her, yes, as a mom, because I have 2 daughters, and I'm sorry, but bullying, it comes from bullying.
You're upset you can't have many problems before. What do you have to care about?
Bullying. I mean, if you see the kid, I'll show part of the video, but I'm not going to show the whole thing. You can, and then you'll see the size difference.
Just a minute, let me go there. She's been a bully to him. That's it.
She's been a bully to him.
Yes, from in the classroom of the classes what they have, and some messages what I sent to his phone from her. We learned she's been a bully to him and pushed him down, and he fell.
So then he picks her up because of that and stomps on her head. That justifies that?
No, they were what I learned is like they were friends. They are friends overall in general because they go to the same school. You understand?
Yeah.
And sorry.
Are you mom? Are you his mom?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Schools, the government need to step in because that same school, my 18-year-old was beaten down. On December gone, my 11-year-old was beaten down in the eyes of 4 teachers. It's a constant bullying. My daughter, she was also raped in the high school and sexually assaulted. It's a lot going on in the school, that charter school.
Bullied by her?
By her and friends too. He's just in the high school. She was in the middle school too.
Was he trying to get her phone number? Was he trying to
No,
date her?
he has her number. She's on Instagram. She's on WhatsApp sending messages. You understand? And in the classroom, she keep on provoking him in the history and global class. He can't find no peace.
So he just lost it.
Yes. So you have to push him, but he's a quiet. My God.
So he just lost it, and he's being bullied. She said she kept coming after him, but in the video, it looks like she's trying to walk away from him. Yeah, this is it. Maybe I'll play it in parts so that it doesn't just stream all at once. Ready? Warning, viewer discretion is advised. This is not a nice thing to look at, but this is what happened.
Right? I just gotta smack the shit out of you right now, right? Do it. Nah, you.
And then you got the kid. He says, "I can smack the shit out of you right now, right?" And the kid, somebody yells, "Do it!"
Stand right here. No, he's standing right here. He's standing right here. Oh, no, she got your pussy. Let's go. Oh, word?
So now he's walking behind her. Now it's just. You can see the size difference. It's hard to. Look at the difference in size. You can see her right here, and look how tall he is. Even if you take off a few inches for the afro, he's big. Body slam, boom! Oh my God. So, having heard all of that and seen that, I think that kid's family, one, is to blame. Two, I don't believe his mother. I think she's just defending her son to no end, and she doesn't care nothing about that chick, about that girl, that little girl. And she won't answer. Like, well, is that justified? Does that justify him slamming her into the concrete and then stomping on her head? You know? I think that's and the mother's complaining that they're getting death threats and people want to come, and they do. If I was that little girl's father, brother, oh man, I would have freaking lost it. Having to keep in mind the kid's only 14. The kid's only 14. If that's even true. He's only 14. Like, how do you not retaliate? It's hard. You know how hard it is not. I would go to jail. Yeah, he body slammed her. Let me see.
I should die. Smack this shit out of you right now, right?
Do it.
No, you stand right here.
You won't.
No, you stand right here. You stand right here.
Oh no, she got your pussy.
Let's go to. Oh, word? You got pussy.
Yo, no.
Who's talking about, right? I should die. Smack you. Yeah.
Does he look 14 years to you? 14 years old? And her arm went back like she was dazed, got knocked out, and you just. Now I'm trying to find out what the condition of the girl is. Yeah, she could easily have a fracture, a skull fracture, easy. A 15-year-old girl was body slammed in New York City because she wouldn't give this 14-year-old boy her phone number. I don't know if that's the actual story. This next, another post, notice how the 14-year-old pauses to observe the girl after body slamming her, then decides to stomp on her head into the concrete. He says, my proposal, America, we custody millions of violent criminals like him for life as worker units. Age, no bar. And if they refuse, they aren't fed. I'm probably good with that. The mother defends her son. I mean, the mother's going to defend her son. Even after something like this, the girl was hospitalized for 2 days and is now recovering. So she did not have a... Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Are you watching this video down here? I don't even want to see this. Is that AI? It's AI. I don't want to see an alligator eating a kid. Jesus. Anyway, If that's all that happened to her, she's lucky. But yeah, there's no like details about what her injuries were. What was this?
Тихенько таки. Яночка. Потерпи.
Oh, that's not it. Anyway, this is, and then so that reminds me of the other case about what's his name? His last name is Metcalf. The high school kids that got into a fight, Frisco, Texas, where the black student from a different school stabbed the other student with a knife that he had. He had a knife in his backpack and he pulled it out. A disagreement over where to sit or get away from here or go sit over there. And then some kind of a scuffle broke out, and the black kid whipped out a knife and he stabbed the Metcalf kid, and the boy ended up dying. His twin brother was there and he was trying to help him, but he died in his brother's arms. And that's going to be going to trial. And the aggressor, I say the aggressor because he's the one who had the knife and did the stabbing. He's the one who killed Metcalf. What's his name? Carmelo Anthony, I believe is his name. Holy crap, I think it is. Not to be confused with the basketball player Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, Carmelo with a K, 17-year-old student from Frisco, was indicted on a first-degree murder charge. This was last June. He stabbed 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. The stabbing occurred April 2nd, 2025, during a dispute at a Frisco ISD track meet at Kuykendall Stadium. Witnesses reported that the altercation involved a disagreement over seating, and Anthony stabbed Metcalf once in the chest. One time, he happened to get him right in his heart, and the kid bled out. Even though he was 17 at the time, Anthony is being tried as an adult. A grand jury indicted him on a first-degree murder charge. Defense strategy. Anthony's defense attorney, Mike Howard, has stated they plan to argue self-defense, alleging that Anthony was acting to protect himself. Anthony was released on a reduced bond. So originally his bond was $1 million, and then they reduced it to $250,000. He's under house arrest with an ankle monitor. The trial is set to begin June 1st of 26. If he is convicted, he can get anywhere from 5 years to 99 years or up to life in prison. And that's another one. You know, fight should be fair. Hand-to-hand combat. All they did was argue about don't sit here for whatever reason, you know. I think they went to different schools. But, you know, what the hell's going on with people now? And I don't just mean young people. I mean adults too. Where you got to handle everything. I mean, some of these fights you see on the street, I mean, people are trying to kill people. You know, they knock them out, a few punches, somebody goes down, and then when they're down, they come down there and they keep punching, or they start stomping on the head, and everybody comes over and they start kicking the guy in the head, 3 or 4 or 5 different people. And it's like, you know what? If you ask me, they all, 5 people kicking the guy in the head, you all get attempted murder charges. But unfortunately, the legal system is there to protect people from getting these kind of charges. and reducing penalties and reducing jail time and reducing, the eliminating cash bail and early release or catch and release, all that crap. It's like no, and then, and I think this is the first problem. When you have people who've been to jail already and they've been to prison, well, guess what? They're not afraid to go back. So if they get jailed for something or arrested, they don't care. A lot of them, they have friends there who are there for longer, and they're not afraid to go to jail. That's the problem. Because in jail, you get 2 or 3 meals a day. There's cable TV. You get to work out and exercise. And they already went through the hard part of their first time in jail or prison. So now they're not afraid to go back, especially if it's the big time, to a prison, a big prison. Guys who've been there 5 or 10 years, 7 years, they made friends that are in there for life. So they can commit a crime. Hey, I'll go back. Or I get a place to sleep. They'll feed me. My friends are over there from my gang or whatever, or just friends I know from the neighborhood, people with common situations. And it's like a freaking reunion when they go back. There's no more hard labor in prison. That's another problem. Prison shouldn't be something that people are not afraid to go to. Prison should be something where like, oh, man, I don't want to go there. I got to slam rocks all day with a sledgehammer for 8 hours a day and get, a cup of water for lunch outside in the 99-degree heat. That's the problem. Freaking prison has become a place to escape, to go and see friends. Hey. Hola. Let's see, Salinas. Footage was circulating online today of female El Paso PD officer punching a woman that was already handcuffed. Yeah. I saw that. Let me see if I can find that one. I saw they had the girl or woman on the floor. They cuffed her. They were walking her out the door. And when they were outside, something happened. I don't know if the girl spit or said something, but the female officer just started punching the girl who's cuffed. Yeah, here it is. All right, let's watch another video. Put this guy back on here. And this is the video.
All right, here we go. Big fan.
Put your hands behind your back.
Sorry, what's that about?
Something happened there.
No, ma'am.
I thought you punched
No,
her
ma'am.
first. She's handcuffed.
Do not do that.
Why are you punching her in the face? All right, here we go. Big fan.
Did you catch any of that?
Put your hands behind your back.
Sorry, what's that about?
No, ma'am.
I thought you punched
No,
her
ma'am.
first. She's handcuffed.
Do not do that.
Why are you punching her in the face?
It looked like maybe not, and I'm not justifying it. Come on. Here we go. It looks like maybe they were trying to walk the woman out to the left, but it seems like the girl in the cuffs turned to the right. I was looking for spit flying, and I didn't see any of that, and I didn't even hear anything. And then the lady cop just started wailing on her 2 or 3 times. The arrow was just pointing out to watch the female officer. Let's see. Let's see if I can find a better copy of this thing. No, I don't want to see that. Hold on. Now it disappeared. A second, let me find it again. Here, it's a better one. Even the cameraman goes, all right, here we go. All right, if you see something different, let me know.
All right, here we go. Bam.
Put your hands behind your back. Yeah, get over, do what the fuck.
Sorry, what's that about?
No, ma'am.
Fucking punch her for, she's handcuffed.
Do not do that.
Why are you punching her in the face? All right, here we go.
She said, no, ma'am, do not do that.
Put your hands behind your back. Yeah, get over, do what the fuck.
Sorry, what's that about?
I don't know. To me, it looks like for whatever reason, the girl turns to the right. Like if she was going to escape. I mean, she's in handcuffs and there's a male officer holding her, from her arm. So it's not like she's going to go anywhere. And even if she did try to escape, I don't think it's cool to punch or sucker punch or beat up somebody who's in handcuffs. I mean, that's not cool at all. Yeah, I didn't see her say or do anything either. Hey, Aurora. All right, we're just wrapping up here. Showing a couple of things that were in the news. Yeah, so that's messed up. That ain't good. Is another case?
Take her arm, dude.
Then why don't you ask me what to do?
What is I'll
Give me
make
your
her
hands.
what?
Give me your hands.
I want your badge numbers.
Give me your hands.
Give me your badge number.
Give me your hands.
Give me your badge number.
Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Step back. Give me your hands.
Holy crap.
We'll cut you in the face. Call 911 now. Call 911.
He just gave me
We're
a black
calling
eye.
911.
Get on this side.
Supervisor.
Get on this side, sir.
No, you did not have to hit her. You did not have to hit her.
We're calling 911 now on you.
Call that supervisor. What are your badge numbers? What the is your name? Where's the paper and a pen? You didn't even give her your name. You're literally pinning me down. This is literally gonna
Holy crap. I mean, one thing, if you're resisting, things are not going to work out for you. That's one thing. Two, in my opinion, that's such a tight space that they're working in. You know, on the floor between the bed and the dresser. You know, why not? You know what? Let her stand up. Let's get out of the room, first of all. Let's get out of this place where we have to lay down where one person fits, and now you're trying to fit 3 people. I think that's a bad move. Bad move by the police officers, especially to punch her in the face like that. Oh, man. San Antonio. El Paso. What the hell is going on in El Paso? You guys teaching your cops over there? And I know it's not everybody. I know it's not everybody. Here, let's watch this again. Jeez.
Okay, stop.
My arm.
For your hands.
You're gonna break her arm, dude.
Why don't you ask me what to
What
do?
is I'll
Give me
make
your
her
arm.
what?
Give me your hands.
I want your badge numbers.
Give me your hands.
Give me your badge number.
Give me your hands.
Give me your badge.
First of all, how can he give her hand if he's sitting on top of her? It looks like she can't move at all. Just saying. And I support law enforcement, but this was not good.
Badge number.
Give me your hands. Step back. Give me your hands.
Punch her in the face. Call 911 now. Call 911.
He just gave me
We're
a black
calling
eye.
911.
Get on this side.
Supervisor.
Get on this side, sir.
Supervisor, you did not have to hit her. Call me. You did not.
I mean, if 2 guys can't put a woman in handcuffs like that, again, they're not. Not a good look, fellas. Just saying. And I'm not a fan of the criminals. Let's see what the cop had
Within
to
the
say.
law and
Lisa.
policy of the El Paso Police Department. That's what I expect my officers to do. The investigation was done by Internal Affairs. Use of force discipline review board was conducted yesterday, made up of 6 civilians from the public and 6 members of the El Paso Police Department, and they found the actions of the officers in policy.
What the fuck are you doing?
Why is he beating her up? Why is he beating her up? Does he
Why are
know
you
this
beating me
girl?
up?
Why is he
Why
beating
the
her
fuck are you
up?
on top of me? Everyone record this!
I'm
They're
recording.
literally on top of me!
I am
Look
recording.
at them!
Here, Gallardo.
Why is he beating her up? Why are you letting her beat him up? Beat her
Why the
up.
fuck are you hitting me?
Get this
They
one.
tased me 3 times.
I know.
And they're literally holding me hostage.
I know.
They're literally pinning me down. This mother is literally
Kelsey,
gonna
stop.
my arm.
For your hands.
You're gonna break her arm, dude.
Why don't you ask me what to do?
What is your name? I'll
Give me
make
your
her
arm.
what?
Give me your hands.
I want your badge numbers.
Give me your
Give
hands.
me your badge number.
Give me your hands.
Give me your badge number.
Give me your hands. Give me your hands. Step back.
So, investigation with police and civilians. And they said, yep, police were following policy. Come on, man. They went overboard. Easiest thing to do, you know what? Step back, let her stand up, and drag her ass outside, at least to another room where you got more space. Not a good look for law enforcement, that's for sure. And I know not everybody's like that. I know this. Yeah. Same one. And then, I mean, he punched her hard. Her head hit the concrete, hit the floor. You see that? I don't know. It's things like that just give police. It gives it. Unfortunately, it gives all police a bad look. You just got to remember, it's not all police. No, I don't want to see that. No, I don't need no. I want to see that asphyxia during restraint. No. There was another story I was going to play. I was going to post it and see if I have it here. Oh, the one thing I wanted to touch on was, so let me turn this off. So in Brownsville the other day, there was a student who said he had a gun, or he threatened that he had a gun, or he said someone had a gun. And that put the school into a lockdown. And I mean, the whole school was locked down. A lot of police showed up. So it turns out he was lying. The kid lied. He said that because he was getting bullied by another student. And the other student is actually from right over the border in Mexico, but he goes to school here in Brownsville. So he takes a bus, and they take the bus together. He rides the same bus with the guy. It's not a school bus. I think it's a public bus. And then the bus drops him off at the border, at the bridge entry. So now the story is the kid who they arrested for the threat, making a false threat. Turns out he was being bullied by this other kid, and this other kid is from Mexico, and he did that so he wouldn't be bullied for that day. And so now I'm trying. I would like to see who this bully kid is, and I don't like bullying. Like that's messed up. That crap shouldn't happen. It's stupid. It's juvenile. So, all right, I think I want to call it a night. It is 2:13 a.m. here in Central Time Zone. Be back tomorrow, daytime. I'm trying to get a couple of guests lined up, co-hosts, I should say. And it's not easier to make that happen for some reason. On the same weekend, then there was in Mission, Texas, there was a bomb threat. And then a handgun thing. It's like young people are out of control. And I think parents are not involved enough with their kids, if at all. And I think part of the way they some people deal with their kids is just, leave him alone, let him do. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself. I don't know. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me for a couple hours. How long were we on here? Yeah, hour and a half. Not bad. Thank you so much. Be back tomorrow. I'm going to be online a lot more. If there's an update to the other story, that person online who thinks that people care about the things she posts. Yeah, by the way, did I say this already? You saw, she put she made a video saying that I was this whatever evil person. She made a whole 2.5 minute thing saying I'm lying about this and lying about that. Like, for one, none of those are lies. It's all true. And two, at the time that I posted that, and I took a screenshot of, afterwards. I took a screenshot of her post, and she had 3 thumbs up. 3. Not 12,000, not 4, 5, 600, 700. 3. And it was very, very telling, because that proves that nobody cares. Her audience isn't what she thinks. Her audience, what she thinks, it's all in her head. Now, if she would have shared that, well, then, she might have gotten a few thousand reactions to it, but she only had 3. And I think that's the true number for her of where people stand on her junk. And it's nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's the feel-good story of the day. All right, everyone, have a great night. And we will see you sometime tomorrow. I'll let you know when.